Now, though, 20 minutes past 7. The Conservative Party conference is back in Birmingham this weekend. This is the 11th political conference in the city since 2008. And it's looking like Birmingham is going to be hosting 3 more Tory conferences by 2020, even though the Labour leader of Birmingham City Council has refused to subsidise them. Sir Albert Bohr says the council just can no longer justify the expense.
I think it's quite wrong for the ratepayer to subsidise the political parties to have conferences where it's here in Birmingham or Manchester or elsewhere. I think they've got to get realistic in this day of local government cuts. Now, I think the political conferences will continue, but what will happen, of course, they'll negotiate deals with the conference centres here in Birmingham, in Manchester and Liverpool. What they'll do is be more economic with their use of space. They'll probably have the conferences over fewer days, and they will pay for it. I'm absolutely sure the Conservatives will be back here with a party political conference in Birmingham, and I will welcome them back here, just as I welcome the Labour Party or the Liberal Democrats back here.
Now, the ICC can't confirm whether the Tories will definitely be back, but if they are, Marketing Birmingham reckon it's going to bring 50 million quid to the city. So, are the party conferences good for Birmingham, or the road closures, the extra security, are they nothing more than an unnecessary disruption? Let's speak to Anne Tonks, Managing Director of Opus Restaurant in the city centre, joins us in the studio. Morning, Anne.
Good morning, Pete.
Does the conference give you and the restaurant a bit of a boost in bookings? Do you notice when there's a conference on?
Oh, certainly. There's no question about it. I think we would say that it's probably the political conferences are the most important to us. They're important because of the amount of business we get, but I think also it's the profile that it brings to the city. It's our chance to really put our best foot forward. We have so many journalists from around the nation that really brings a focus and a spotlight onto us.
I think the only downside I can see, Anne, is that it's all short term. They're only here for a few days. It's not a long-term effect having them here, is it?
Well, I think that's a good question because from our point of view, short-term is good when it increases our business by about 5-fold. So the economic benefit in a very short space of time is worth it. But I think also because it brings people from around the nation together, we find that we do actually get some repeat business. We have private dining, so we will get others coming back and booking irrespective of a conference. So I think it has a long-term effect. Okay,
which is, so you must be welcoming the as we say, the ICC can't confirm 2016, 2018, 2020. You must be kind of rubbing your hands and thinking, plenty of that.
Well, when we heard the news, we were absolutely cock-a-hoop because it's also a very exciting time for us because the buzz with all of the journalists, the cabinet ministers, we find we're running next door to get extra chairs because it's so busy. The staff love it because it's a buzz that, happens at this level, not that frequently.
So you must have, I can imagine there's plenty you can't tell us, but you must have some of the big hitters coming.
Well, we do. We do have the big hitters. And I would include journalists in that, Pete.
Oh, nice.
We have, we'll have the Telegraph, we'll have the political editor of the BBC, we'll have the political editor of the Times, and we had last conference, I think every cabinet member. The only one we didn't have was the Prime Minister.
And do they all behave themselves?
Oh, they behave themselves beautifully. And in fact, they don't really go all out on fine wines and expensive dishes. But I can reveal William Hague does like his fish cakes.
That's what... Love it. There we go. Anne, thanks very much. Good to speak to you.
Thank you. Thanks
for coming in. Anne Tonks, Managing Director of Opus Restaurant in Birmingham City Centre. 25 minutes past 7.